What's up, all my stock market investors? It is ShPena. I'm back again with another Cash App investing video. Damn, I look good today. That deserves a thumbs up. Today we're talking about 3 stocks under $25 available on Cash App. I haven't done one of these in a while, so shout out to all my people trading on Cash App. We got a lot of great things coming that we're going to try to do. We're going to try to reach out to Cash App as a group, try to get more features on the app, trying to get more stocks available on the app. If you're interested in that, make sure you DM me above on Instagram so you can be a part of that. Now, before we get into the meat, obviously, y'all know I love to share the lettuce, the tomatoes, other ingredients before the main base of the conversation. And first and foremost, I do want to thank everybody who has joined the group chat. I appreciate y'all, all y'all effort. It's an amazing group. We're sharing a lot of information and resources. And going forward, if you'd like to be part of the group chat, unfortunately, is going to be a subscription, and this subscription is going to be a small fee, but it will bring more resources. It will bring more information to the table for everybody. And if you want to know more information about that subscription group chat, shoot me a DM above. Unfortunately, we got maxed out, so now we got to go forward with a different approach. So shout out to all my people, and if you are watching, you're from the group chat, make sure you comment below and let people know how serious this group chat is getting and how much information is being shared. Now, before I get into talking about these 3 stocks that should be on your watch list, I want everybody to understand that I don't want you to get swallowed into this whole Tesla Apple stock split. You got to realize that everybody is focused on that right now. And if you didn't catch that wave, don't worry about it. Like, there's so much other opportunity out there. Apple, it definitely is overpriced at $500. So don't feel like if you missed that or if you haven't gotten that you need to sell off everything. Understand that there's people selling off stocks they shouldn't, just so they can free up some money so they can invest in this. So those stocks that they shouldn't be selling, you should look into those stocks, because a lot of people are just selling things off just to make sure that they don't miss this Tesla and Apple train. And let me be the one to break the bad news to everybody. When Tesla isn't selling enough cars, maybe they miss on their quarterly earnings. I don't know, maybe in Q3, Q4. What do you think is going to happen to that stock? Well, what do you think is going to happen to Apple if they miss on Q3, Q4? I'm just saying, just be smart and understand that if you missed a wave, you missed a wave. There's other opportunity out there. Now, let's get into the main part of the video. The first stock on the list is Plug Power. Now, I've been hearing a lot of Plug Power, especially in the group chat, so the group chat people might love that I'm doing this. I like Plug Power because it's innovative. There's only a few things that are kind of shaking me up about Plug Power. And this little Citron report came out, and they just blasted Plug Power, stating the CEO then sold 95% of the stock, and that's usually a great indication that the CEO don't believe in the stock. So if you own, this is what I'm going to say about Plug Power, because I really do like that it's innovative, and I'm not going to give you the basic information that you can go research on your own. As far as, obviously, they beat their recent quarterly earnings, which is great news for sure. And I'm not saying to just base off of one analyst, because analysts start to sway stocks all different types of ways depending on how they feel about the stock. But if you own a Plug Power and you got in at a good price, I think you should take some profits. And if you haven't gotten into Plug Power, you've been watching them, just wait for the pullback. If they miss earnings, then that means this Citron report was correct, because the Citron report said that they're going to miss earnings by like 40%, which is a crazy amount. But if they miss, there's going to be opportunity to get in, because, like I said, it's innovative. And if you are already in, listen, once you feel or look at the resistance line and then see what's a good point to get out and get some profits, you can always get back in, my people. Don't feel like you have to stick with, unless you have an amazing price, like an amazing price that you know for sure you're not going to get back, like like the March dip low prices. So that's my thoughts on Plug Power. Next up is Wells Fargo. I really do think it is time for me to start promoting the bank stocks because I feel like they are the most undervalued right now. People are scared of owning the bank stocks, even though the government is going to bail out these FDIC insured banks, which is the big banks usually, some small banks, but the federal government is backing them up, but no one wants to invest in them. Recently Wells Fargo put up a loss of like 2.4 billion, which is crazy. And I'm sure the rest of the year it's going to be ugly. We're just in the beginning of the recession. But Wells Fargo is still down 44%. And I think that they have a nice resistant line at like $22. They're at $24. So if they come in a number of 23, 22, I think there's going to be opportunity there. So do your research on Wells Fargo. I think Wells Fargo would be a long-term play. Their numbers were kind of killer compared to what they are now before the pandemic. And even though I understand we're in a recession, I do feel like they'll have an opportunity to pull back maybe even to the $30, $35 range, hopefully, if my prediction is correct. They're also doing things structurally in the company. They're cutting jobs, they're cutting this, they're cutting that. They're doing what they need to do to spend less money. So, Wells Fargo, Discover, Ally Financial, the bank stuff that everybody's scared of right now is the things that you should be looking at, because everybody's so focused, like I said before, on the Tesla and on the tech, right? But when tech pulls back and doesn't have that government backing like banking does, banking is going to just creep up and do its thing. So if you have room in your portfolio for a nice little bank stock, make sure you put Wells Fargo on your watch list. Like I said, I'm not going to give y'all the basics of the basics. Y'all can do that yourself. So I'm just sharing what I'm seeing so y'all can see it too. Lastly is Gap retail. I've spoken about Gap before, but this one's going to go two different ways for y'all. And it all depends whether you already own Gap or you're looking at Gap. Gap surged up 10%. I was looking at my Cashapp, like thinking something was wrong because we haven't had any crazy news, right? Well, Gap surged up because a Citigroup analyst pretty much said that they're gonna kill it, and they own a company called Altria, Al something apparel that's doing very well. He even said the valuations for that company is in the billions, and that they have plenty of room to grow. I don't know the name. Y'all can search up the name, but they own a company, apparel company that's doing very well. So people, I guess, seen this analyst's grade and said, we finna buy up Gap. Obviously, the Yeezy collection hasn't dropped yet, so there's going to be even more room to grow. I think he priced Gap at like $24. It's currently at like $17 before this market opens. So I would say this, because it's hard for me to see retail sustaining these crazy jumps without pullbacks. I think that if you're in Gap and you got in that Gap at a good price, take your profits and run another way. If you haven't had a chance to get into Gap, sorry, I'm not even going to tell you to wait for this pullback, because I don't know. I don't know if the pullback is going to come. The hype might be too real. If the Kanye collection comes in at the right time, the hype might travel this all the way up to 24. If you're diverse and you don't want to, actually, if you're in at a good price, I'd hold on to it. I wouldn't even sell it. I wouldn't take your profits. If you're in at a good price, I'd take your profits. If you're in at a okay price, you're closer to the 17. You made a little bit of money, take your money out, put it elsewhere. Right? Now, if you got in at like the 11, 13, 14 range, I would say that those are fairly good numbers, and I would actually hold out. Now that I'm thinking about it right now, speaking this through to y'all on the camera, I would hold out because the Kanye collection could just roll this right up into 24. And if you see it get it in the 20s, then I will sell and roll my money elsewhere. We have to be smart. We have to start taking profits. A lot of us love to show our portfolios and talk about our portfolios and our gains, but we're never taking any profits because we think the number that we're in at is the best number possible, and sometimes it's just not true. Sometimes it's not true. You got to look at the resistance lines. You got to do your research. You got to put the numbers together and not just follow what these analysts and articles are saying. I can't repeat this. I feel like I'm always repeating this, right? You can't just follow what these analysts are saying. You gotta have your own strategy. Start working on your strategy. What makes sense? What do you go to? What do you look at? What indications are you looking at? Are you looking at the financial report? Are you looking at their quarterly earnings? Like, what are you looking at? Ask yourself. Don't just say, oh, well, this stock is cool, or I think, or well, why do you think that? You know, I feel like I made a mistake with Snapchat, and I'm just being honest with you. I feel like I made a mistake with Snapchat because Snapchat has been killing me. You know, I really do believe in them, but I feel like I'm not really sure why I invested in them. I just felt like they were a good move. I felt like they had a lot of potential. But when I start to think about it, there's nothing that I looked at that indicated they do have that potential, other than what I seen with my eyes, I guess, visually with their content and the TikTok issue that was going on. So you have to have realizations. We all make mistakes. We might make a call or might buy into something that we really shouldn't have. But we have to pick up on it as fast as possible so we can make adjustments and move forward and start profiting in different ways. I also want to slide in Zynga. You know, I only said 3, but I still think Zynga is a great stock to have at $9, yo. Listen, I don't want to say too much about Zynga because I feel like I'm always talking about Zynga, and I don't want y'all to think that I'm swaying y'all left, right, up, now, down, south, north, whatever. I'm just a big advocate for Zynga because they're the leading world leaders in mobile gaming, and eventually I really do feel like they're going to have partnerships out the yin yang. You know, cars are getting smarter. Cars may need to partner with Zynga to get a popular game in the car, in a Tesla or something like that. That would be crazy. That'd be a crazy prediction. What do y'all think about that? Let me know in the comments. But I won't say too much about Zynga, but I hope that y'all appreciated this video. Let me know what y'all think about these stocks in the comments below. Y'all think I'm on the right side, or y'all think I'm on the left side? Do you agree? Do you disagree? And what other stocks are you looking at under $25 in Cashapp? Share the wealth. Share the wealth so I can talk about what I see in the comments. I appreciate y'all for watching. I will see y'all tomorrow. Take it easy and stay smart.